You know, I talked about this in my vlog this morning. You know, I talked about basically, well, here's the thing, man. I thought I understood CAW leagues, and first and foremost, I'm not going to end my CAW league, but here's the thing, you know, I thought I understood them. I thought I understood CAW leagues. But apparently there's some kind of code, some kind of something, I don't know. But here's the thing, and I sincerely mean this. God knows I sincerely mean this. I mean no harm, no foul when it comes to my CAW league and who's involved in it. But apparently there are some that think they seem to think I don't care. Like I say, there seems to be those out there that seem to think I don't care, and I do. They seem to think that I do things on purpose here. What I'm getting at is, I had no idea that apparently there was a code you had to follow when it came to CAWs. What I'm saying is that we all know what the WWE 2K games in the past several years, and even before that when they were part of THQ, we know that there was a creations area, a community creations area or something like that, that allowed you to upload your characters that you created, upload your arenas, your championships, you name it. But it also allowed you to download other creations, other creators created wrestlers, others created championships, others created arenas. And for a while, I never saw a problem. Never once did I see a problem. Never once did I have somebody come up to me and say, "Hey, why do you got my person on there? I didn't give you permission." Here's the thing. With all due respect, I didn't think I had to ask. I didn't think the community creations on WWE 2K18 or any of the WWE games previously was like DeviantArt. I didn't think that. But apparently it is, I guess. But you know what? I came on Facebook yesterday and I went live on Facebook on the Video Game Wrestling Network Facebook page, and I shared this at other Facebook group pages related to creative wrestling, and I even shared it on Twitter. And I basically stated that I was sorry for what I did. I deeply apologized for what I did. I had no idea that there was more to this than just downloading someone's wrestler or someone's creation and using it. I didn't know there was any kind of rule that you had to ask permission to use somebody's wrestler. I had no idea there was a rule that, once you download somebody's certain wrestler or creation, you can only use it in private. I had no idea. And I sincerely came out on Facebook at those creative wrestling group pages, and I apologized. I apologize for not understanding. I apologize for any trouble I may have caused. But even after I came out and apologized in person on camera, I still had people angry with me. They didn't want to accept my apology. I'm even willing to not use their characters. I'm even willing to replace their characters with other characters that I can find that I don't have to worry about. But yet, they're still upset. And why? Why? Because I used the characters in my CAW league? You know, one person that came to my defense said that, in a sense, said that they should feel honored. They should feel complimented that I'm willing to do that. But I guess some people don't see it that way. But you know what's funny? What's funny is I looked when I put the mouse arrow on the names of the people that were angry with me, I kind of got an idea of maybe what age they are. And you know what? I shouldn't be surprised. I shouldn't be surprised at the fact that people around around the age range of 20 years younger or older, or just beginning their 20s, you know, I'm not surprised that they would be, with no offense, and I don't mean this offensively, God knows I don't, but I'm not surprised that people younger than me would feel angry, or maybe not have an understanding of what's going on. Again, I didn't mean any harm in downloading characters. Heck, I even mentioned in that apology video that I think and believe I understand why they're angry. The reason they're angry is they don't want their characters to start off at the same time they start off in other CAW leagues. As everybody else's CAW league is starting off, they don't want them to start off in those leagues and thus confuse people. And if that's the case, I understand. But when I was talking about this on my vlog this morning, I mentioned one thing that I think really emphasizes in a sense how people feel, you know, not feel, but kind of emphasizes the situation. You see, as strange as a comparison as it is to make, and I know I'm about 7 minutes in, but as strange as a comparison it is to make, when you upload, but think about it this way, when you upload your creation into a community creator, no matter what kind of game you play no matter what kind of game you play, whether it's a wrestling-based game, an MMA-based game, a NFL-based game, an NBA-based game, Major League Baseball, college football, you name it, that when you upload your creation, whether it's a wrestler, a championship, an arena, whether it's an MMA fighter, a sports team, what have you, you should expect, first of all, that people are going to download them and use them. You should also expect that people will want to use them in their leagues. But one thing you shouldn't expect sometimes is people coming out and asking you. Because I guarantee you right now, I guarantee you listening, anybody listening, I guarantee right now, there are a lot of people who have downloaded others' creations and are using them in their leagues, or using them in whatever they role play in sports-wise. And why? Because when you upload a creation to a community creator, no matter what kind of game it is, as strange as a comparison as this might be, it's like signing a contract and agreeing to let your likeness be used. Yeah. I know I'm about 9 minutes in talking about that, but it's the truth. It is the truth. And it's a strange comparison, I know, but think about it this way. When the WWE brings in some of their alumni, and their alumni agrees to sign a contract, a Legends contract, with the WWE, by signing said contract, they are giving the WWE permission to use their likeness to promote future projects, future events. And when one thinks about it, that's essentially what community creations is like. By uploading your character to community creations, you are signing a contract that gives permission for not just one person, but many millions of people to download your character or your creation and use as they please. There is no stipulation that states, oh, before you download said character or creation, please contact creator to get permission. There is no loophole there. Not loophole, but there's no stipulation that says that. Essentially, when you upload your character or your creation to the community creator, whatever kind of game has it, it's essentially like signing a contract that states that you agree to. It's essentially like signing a contract that states you agree, that says that you agree to let you agree and give permission to let anybody download said creation. That's what it's like. You are essentially, when you upload your creation to that community lounge for others to download, you are essentially signing a contract that states that you give permission, that you agree and give permission to anybody out there to download your creation and use as they please. Again, there is no rule in the game that states you need to ask said person first. The only way that rule would apply is if you go in the description box when you're getting ready to upload your creation and you tell people in the description when they're looking at your creation to potentially download to contact you first before they do so. That's essentially what it's like, guys. And you know what's funny is when people, like I mentioned earlier, would come to my defense and say, I don't see the big deal, they're basically echoing, in a sense, the same sentiments. Why are you getting so angry? It's not really his fault. Maybe potentially it is because I should have asked permission, but I didn't know that. So potentially partially it might be my fault, but the truth is the real fault goes to those that decided to upload the thing. If they didn't want their creation to be downloaded, they shouldn't have uploaded it in the first place. It's common sense. Because you can't expect someone not to download said creation and then use it however they please, because you're pretty much giving them that right to do so. Like for the past several years, and I mentioned this, for the past several years, I've had my DCWA CAW League in existence. I have downloaded established characters that you would see in CAW Champions League, in Destiny Championship Alliance, and so forth. And I've never had a problem once. Not once did I ever have a problem. Not once did I ever have a problem. But yet, now, I have a problem. Again, the solution is simple. You don't want to agree to that contract, which is basically in the case of something like 2K18, the Community Creations Lounge. If you don't want to agree to that contract, then don't upload your creations. Don't do it. You know what's easier? And in fact, somebody even mentioned this that was angry with me. Let the person that wants to create your character create them themselves. Let them create your character. Let them put in any kind of moves that are similar to what you have. And then guess what? You don't have to worry about uploading your character because they'll pretty much create it themselves. I've done that on several occasions myself. And it works. It seems you have less of a problem when you create the character you want to download, but you can't because they're not downloadable. There's less of a problem because pretty much when you create it, that becomes your creation. Becomes your creation. So again, I don't understand what these guys don't. So again, what I'm trying to say is I understand they're upset, and I deeply apologize. I went to those Facebook group pages and I apologized for it. I'll even provide a freaking link in the description. You can see it yourself. But they're taking this way out of context. Even some people freaking laughing their butts off because they're like, seriously, you're still going on about this? And I've come out and when they've told me don't use my character, get rid of my character and all that, I've said okay, no problem. But yet they're still going on about this. What, do they get a kick out of causing trouble? What is it, a bunch of young kids maybe that hacked their computer and said, ooh, let's continue making trouble? Seriously, there is no big issue here. Like I said, when you look at the comparison in a sense, when you use that strange comparison that I said or that I mentioned, you essentially, when you upload your character to Community Creations, you are essentially signing a freaking contract that states that you agree and give permission for people to download your creation and use however they seem fit. And that's the truth. That is the truth. When I upload my characters or my creations, whether it's my created wrestlers or my created arenas or championships, I know they're going to get downloaded and I know they're going to get used. I know they might get altered, changed up a bit. And you know what? That's fine. Because I give those people permission to do so. I sign a contract when I upload, in a sense, I do exactly like millions of people do. I essentially sign that contract when I upload my character to Community Creations for others to download. And I don't think these guys understand that. They don't understand that essentially you've signed a contract. And by doing so, you've agreed to and given permission to allow your creation to be downloaded and used as pleased. You didn't mention in your description to contact you first. There is no option in the creation, in the upload, in the Community Creations when you upload that basically says they can't download creation unless they contact you. There's no stipulation. There's no button that they have to check off or click on to send a message straight to you to get permission. You essentially gave them permission when you uploaded the thing to Community Creations. And that's a fact. You guys know that. Everybody listening, doesn't matter what kind of game has a Community Creation Lounge, knows that when you create a character and upload it to said Community Creations Lounge, you are essentially signing a freaking contract that basically states, I give permission and agree to let people download my character and use as pleased. That is a fact. That is a fact. Because if this was that big of a freaking deal, Marvel, DC, Disney, all of them would be after our butts for creating and downloading created characters or creations based on their characters, based on their works. They'd be on us. They'd be on 2K. They'd be on publishers like 2K or NetherRealms, or Capcom. They'd be on them. Because basically they're allowing people to create versions of their characters without their consent, without their permission. But guess what? Marvel, DC, Warner Brothers, Capcom, what I'm saying is that Disney, Warner Brothers, Pixar, Marvel, DC, they could do that. But guess what? They choose not to because they know when people create their characters, fan art, community creations, that they folks, they know it's complimentary. They know for a fact that there is no harm, no foul. The point that I'm getting at in closing is this. I apologize. I deeply do apologize for any trouble I may have caused. because I didn't know you need to ask permission. So I do apologize for that. But let it be known. Let this be known that when you upload a character or a creation of any kind to something like a community creations lounge, no matter what kind of game it's a part of, you are essentially signing a contract stating that you give permission and agree to allow your character to be downloaded by millions of other users, millions of other players, to be used as they see fit. Because when they download it, guess what? It becomes part of their game, which is their property to do as they please. That's essentially what it's like. So, that's all I'm going to say on this, folks. I'm going to be in agreement. I'm in agreement, folks. This is downright ridiculous. This shouldn't be a problem. Because like I said, it's like signing a contract and giving permission to allow your likeness to be used however they feel. That's essentially what it's like. So, that's all I'm going to say, folks. You guys let me know what you think down below. Thank you all for listening. God bless. Take care. I'm out.